Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Pratesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you guys another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well and that you're having a great day. Today is Sunday, March 8th of 2020. So what we are taking a look at here in this video today, taking a look at a couple of things regarding cryptocurrency. Recently, the market has had quite a significant drop, giving you guys some of my thoughts, as well as Cardano here in the news. Cardano's ADA cryptocurrency going great with commercialization measures. Taking a look also at some big things going on with the global economy. Taking a look at some of the countries here currently that are experiencing negative interest rates. So giving you guys some of my thoughts on that as well. Also taking a look at oil prices and what that means for the global economy. And lastly, the Bitcoin block reward halving coming up on just over a couple months away. So all of that here in this video here today. If you guys do find some value from this video, please be sure to drop a like for me. It lets me know that you enjoyed it and that you found some value. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I post cryptocurrency content like this as often as I can. I want to keep you guys informed and up to date. Click that notification bell so you can get notified when I post a new video. So to start things off, guys, what we are looking at here today, Cardano is in the news. Recently, we've been seeing some things happening with PWC. So Cardano has been really ramping up its commercialization efforts in terms of how it plans on promoting itself as we go through the pipeline here with more developments happening in the future. Now, Cardano has been long criticized for being a very slow project. However, Cardano is not worried and they are going along regardless of what the critics are saying. So many people are saying that, well, according to this article here, so people are saying if you suggest walking down the street and asking people if they are using cryptocurrency, the reply was that 9 out of 10 will state that they are not using crypto. So they feel as it does not make a big difference, but what does that mean in terms of commercialization? So IOHK and Cardano, as well as the Cardano Foundation and Emergo, recently have been strategizing with PWC, and PWC is essentially a commercialization partner, essentially bringing awareness and adoption, whether it's with institutions or retail investors, and they're trying to get the word out about Cardano. So here's a quote from Sydney Ifergen, the cryptocurrency expert, quote unquote. The Cardano ADA guys know why they are here and for what they need to be. They are kind of sure of the market dynamics and know well about where they actually fit. And in a previous tweet from Charles Hoskinson, dear markets, just an FYI, crypto is the best hedge in the world against a global pandemic. You guys know what's going on right now with that. Should that happen, the stock market is done, the governments will collapse. Things that live in the digital world are resistant to this and will benefit from the social change. So, yeah, I mean, that's just Charles's thoughts regarding what we're seeing here with the macro picture. And then going forward here in this article, Cardano's ADA, Charles Hoskinson, broadcasted from London, starting off the broadcast stating that he just finished the PWC workshop where were 3 action-packed days. He shared a very special and quick update in which he stated that each of their product managers will be providing updates. The focus group met in London, and the meet organized by the IOHK met with stake pool operators. The goal was to capture on the knowledge and learnings from the community ever since the Shelley incentivized testnet. Cardano is preparing. In fact, they are preparing well. Time ahead for the time that they think is the right time for their entry into the market. They seem to be a phenomenal team who are sure to bring a lot to the world. They are clear about their next steps and they are too advanced in their research and moving ahead faster than normal. Yes, it is coming into fruition. It's incredible to see that, now that we're going to be expecting things down the pipeline such as Shelley. I know many people, just from reading on Reddit and browsing on social media, lots of people are excited about being able to stake their ADA. And this is all coming up. One thing I did want to preface here in this video as well is that I'm currently working on a Cardano course. And this course is going to be all-encompassing, talking about how you can get started with buying Cardano, staking Cardano, the best ways to store it, wallets, exchanges, all of that. And as far as staking, it's a bit of a science in terms of getting a stake pool operating, or figuring out which pool is best to delegate to. So all of that is going to be included within that course. If you guys are interested, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Giving me any suggestions for content that you'd like to see in that course is very helpful to me. I would really appreciate any feedback from you guys. So yeah, I just want to give you guys that little tidbit as well. Taking a look at some things here with the Cardano price. As you guys can see, we had quite the smackdown here. Bitcoin definitely tanking. Of course, for those of you hodlers out there, you guys know that this is to be expected with crypto. 10% swings to the upside or the downside are very typical here with this market. So as far as what we're looking at here today in the price, Cardano seems to be forming this huge little, like, I guess you could say it could be a left shoulder. It could just be a big bump up in price. I don't know. We'll see as time goes on. But where we're at currently, we can see that we have definitely held this level as significant support here in the past, and currently we're just over 4 cents. Going back to that thought about this being a left shoulder, in the case that we are to form some type of head and shoulders pattern, in this case, if it's a head and shoulders pattern, that would be bearish, and inverted head and shoulders would be bullish. We'll see. We'll definitely see. We got rejected pretty hard here, so. Again, I feel like we're still within that accumulation range. As you guys can see, we experienced our cycle low back in December of 2018, and we're really not that far off from where we were. So anyway, as far as what I'm doing here at this point in time, guys, this is not financial advice, but for long-term investors out there who are interested in staking Cardano, get ready. Definitely get ready. This is an opportune time for those of you who are invested in this space. You are going to be among the very few who are going to experience the early days of Cardano's proof of stake. So that is my thoughts on that. Taking a look at some of the things here regarding the bigger picture, some macroeconomic news. Countries that are currently experiencing negative interest rates. So guys, recently the Federal Reserve cut the basis for interest rates by 50 basis points. What that means is that interest rates were cut by 0.5%, which is a very significant move considering that normally interest rates are cut by a 25 basis points. So being that they were cut by 50 basis points, that's pretty significant. And this is coming before the Federal Reserve meeting here later on in this month of March. So why is this significant? Well, as we've seen recently with some current events, the stock market has definitely taken a beating. And, we can see also that a lot of the economies around the world are suffering because of what we see with what's going on with the current news and events. Now, as far as negative interest rates go, how is this relevant to cryptocurrencies? Well, with what we've seen here, actions recently with the Federal Reserve, countries that have begun implementing negative interest rates, basically what that means for the everyday person is that they're going to be hurt for keeping their money in a bank. Negative interest rates, I like to look at it like this, where normally if you were to deposit money into a bank, you're essentially giving the bank the right to use your capital, and in exchange they're paying you an interest rate for keeping your money in the bank. And what the bank will do essentially when you deposit your money is they lend it out, and they lend it out to a reserve ratio of, I think it's like 1 to 9. And so they practice something called fractional reserve banking or fractional reserve lending, which is where they have a fraction of reserves held within the bank as depositor funds, and they lend out multiple times that at a higher interest rate as opposed to what they're paying you. And in the instance that you have negative interest rates, they're actually charging you money for keeping your own money in the bank. And we can see here Japan, Sweden, the ECB, Denmark, Switzerland are just some of the larger economies within the global economic system that have begun implementing negative interest rates. Now, what we're heading towards here within the United States is definitely something similar to that. As we can see here in this article, guys, just a quick Google search. Trump has ramped up calls for negative interest rates. As we can see, where we're heading currently with the United States economy is that we're definitely well on our way towards negative interest rates. So crypto fixes this. Bitcoin fixes this. As we can see, Bitcoin's block reward halving within just over 60 days. Guys, the supply issuance of Bitcoin will be cut from 12.5 to 6.25. It is a deflationary currency with a hard cap supply, and that is something different from fiat, being that it cannot be printed indefinitely. And last little bit here, some more macroeconomic news. This I found very interesting, taking a look at oil prices. Being that we're seeing this kind of shift and slowdown with these global economies, we can see also that oil prices are beginning to reflect this as well, with fewer people traveling, with less people traveling abroad and going into business meetings or gatherings or large events. We can see that the price of oil on a global scale has definitely taken a hit. Along with the global stock markets, oil prices is a big market. Let's take a look at some of the key points mentioned here in this article. This is from the Washington Post. So the price of West Texas Intermediate crude, largely used in the United States, fell from about $41 to $32 a barrel Sunday night, a low not seen in 4 years. While the tumble should lower prices at the pump for consumers, it is terrible news for stock markets as well as oil companies and their massive workforces, which could see hard times ahead. Asian markets plunged on the news, with Japanese stocks falling 3% when they opened Sunday night. Australia's market declined 5% at the open. Meanwhile, the yield on the U.S. 10-year Treasury momentarily slipped below 0.5% for the first time in history on Sunday night as investors fled to safe havens. So guys, all of this keeping in mind that gold prices of silver are holding fairly steady. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here on a global macroeconomic scale. I hope you guys did find some value from this video here today. I know we mostly talk about Cardano, but I feel like some of the news that we're experiencing as of late is pretty relevant. So I wanted to make sure I do my best to cover majority of these relevant topics. So if you guys do enjoy content like this, and if you found some value from this video today, be sure to hit that like button for me on your way out. And if you guys are new and if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, take care.